Good morning. So it's been a while since I posted an update, and I'm going to kind of dive into why that is and kind of just let you guys know where I've been at mentally, and where my health is, obviously, at the same time, and then kind of just let you in on a little bit as to why I've been so quiet and why I kind of dropped off the planet, other than like the the shit posting I do on Facebook daily. So I kind of stepped away for the last couple months just because of everything that's happened because of COVID, everything that's happening now because of COVID, and everything, to sum it up, COVID, okay? And being, locked down in the house and how that's changed for me and all of that stuff. So I'm going to dive into all of it, but that's kind of like the little bit of a gist why I stepped away. So a lot of you that follow me on my actual Facebook page know that you've watched my opinions on the situation and all of that stuff kind of devolve into the opinions that I have now, and not like devolve in a bad way. It's just kind of, that's probably the wrong word. I don't know. My brain's fried at this point, okay? Because of all this shit. So I'm trying to think of how to say this. So my opinions and everything had changed. I was going through this situation during the beginning of this, and I was, kind of in my CF group, and I was updating everybody on the ever-evolving situation, and I actually stayed away from that the last probably month or so because my opinions have changed on the situation. My feelings on how they're handling certain things, how they're labeling certain things have changed. And I know that my opinions on it ruffle a lot of feathers, and honestly, I stopped updating my CF group because I just didn't want the argument from some people that I know I would get, because I just don't care. Not that I don't care about them, I just don't care about what they, if you're going to argue in my face about it instead of having a civil conversation, because nobody knows how to have a civil conversation anymore, I just didn't want the drama, basically, that would come along with it. I don't need it right now, especially because, up until pretty much yesterday or the day before, like, I hadn't seen my kid in like 2 months, and I'll get into that. I seen her briefly for a hot second in a car, like a couple weeks ago. I don't count that as seeing my kid, you know what I mean? So, with everything going on, I hadn't seen her in that long, and I cracked finally, and I was like, nope, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. I have to spend time with my kid. Like, and most of you know that, she lives 2 minutes away from me, but she's at my house almost every day normally. Her bus stop's there. Like, she pretty much just sleeps where she's at, you know what I mean? So I cracked, and I'm gonna be seeing my kid from now on. She's not gonna be at my house every day, but I'm not like, I'm not seeing her anymore. It's just not, it's done a number on me mentally for the last couple months, and I just can't fucking do it anymore. And I'm honestly, and most of you, that are on my Facebook page have seen how my opinions changed on the situation from the beginning till now, and I'm over it. I won't dive too much into detail, but I'm pretty much like, can we go back to normal life? I'm done. I'm over it, and this is ridiculous, and I'm sorry, it is ridiculous, and it should have never been locked down. I shouldn't even just get into it. Anyway, if you're on my Facebook page, you know how I feel, okay? I didn't make it to the rally the other day because I overslept my alarm. Me and David were going to go to the rally from Frederick to Salisbury, but we overslept our alarm. But that should give you a gist of how I feel if I was going to the reopen rally, okay? So, I just stopped posting about, updating CF patients on the situation, just because the CF Foundation, because of that, and because the CF Foundation had put out some really encouraging messages about how CF patients have been handling COVID. I want to clarify something. I never once said that this virus is not real. So before anybody comes in with, oh my God, do you think it's fake? No, but I don't think we should have shut down, okay? So my opinions have, changed on the situation as more and more information comes out, and as more and more information that the mainstream media isn't spoon feeding you comes out. So that's kind of where I stand on that. But anyway, so I kind of stepped away from all of, my blog and everything for that, because of that, because I don't want, and this is just for any topic that I'm talking about in my blog, I didn't want my emotions and my anger and my frustration with the situation and with everything going on and how it's personally affecting me, how it's personally affecting my family, how it's personally affecting people that I know, people who have, David and I have a small business that, that was affected because of his workman's comp, but also if workman's comp, his injury hasn't happened, our business would have been affected by COVID as well. So I'm watching, people lose their businesses, and I just did not want my emotions to translate from that, to translate into my blogs. And I didn't want my blogs to turn out shitty or overly opinionated and less informative, depending on what the topic was, because I let my emotions tie into whatever subject I was talking about. So I kind of took, I kind of just stepped back, like, because at the beginning of this, I'm like, I'm gonna work on all my blogs. I'm gonna get so much done. And then as the situation progressed, I was like, and I tried to write or I tried to record, I would just get pissed and angry and frustrated, just thinking about something that I didn't agree with, or when it came to a certain topic, or something, just something that could have ended up involving a lot of emotion, and it was translating into that. So I was like, nope, that's it, I'm stepping away. So that's what I did, and it actually worked out really good for me, because it kind of, even though I have the strong opinions that I do on the situation right now, it kind of helped me clear a lot of my headspace, in a good way, meaning that I was able to focus on fixing some of the issues David and I have had for quite a while. Not anything serious, but like just little small things that we, bicker and, in any typical marriage, that we bicker and bitch about. With him being home, yes, he was in my hair. Yes, he drove me nuts. But, it actually forced us, being in, a confined space with each other and being locked down, it forced us to kind of work on those little stupid issues, and not bicker about them. So, that's a plus side to it. And it allowed me to focus on my house and, doing some deep cleaning and focusing on rebranding one of our small businesses, the boutique. I've been, working on a rebranding plan for that, and I got it pretty much almost 100% laid out. So I'm actually, David just went back to work yesterday on light duty, so that's awesome, and that's a positive for us. And so that means I can start pretty much doing so COVID has affected our business, but I can still, what I can do is the parts of some of the small business I can work on, and then some of it I can't. So I'm at about 50-50 with it right now, the way things are, and, just tying my opinions to the situation into it. I can work on, building a bigger following. I can work on, I'm tying my makeup into the boutique now, so I'm going to be working on some of that. I'm going to be working on developing partnerships to help support other small businesses to sell their products. So, I'm just going to be working on those kind of things and doing kind of like a pre-relaunch, I guess, if you can say that. So, and kind of see how that's looking, and, as far as developing partnerships with local small businesses, see how, where they stand in wanting to get their products to me, if if they want me to porch pick up, or, however they feel comfortable, or if they're not feeling comfortable, then I can, kind of keep it at the lower level and just have those in place for when they're ready and feeling comfortable to want to do that. Because while I have the strong opinions, I do, I still have to respect other people's opinions on the situation. And while I do respect it, I'm not saying I agree with them, but, I still respect their opinion on it. I'm not going to, force them to do anything they're not comfortable with. Obviously, I would never do that. But, so I've been working on that. I've been working on, gardening and a bunch of house projects. And honestly, it's just helped me clear a lot of mental headspace, a lot of shit that was going on in my mind about things that have happened in the last year, and just, reevaluate shit, basically, to sum it up. And I know I'm rambling, but that's what I do when I do these vlogs. So, I did that, and I'm doing that. And the other thing that it's helped me do is, I feel like probably if I give it another couple weeks, I'll probably, even though I feel the way I do about the situation, I'm more on the calm end of it now versus, I'm still pissed off about a lot of stuff, but like, I'm more on, like, if I'm talking about something, I get, I'm less frustrated, less, I get less angry, when I'm talking about other things now versus how it was getting like about a month or so ago and translating almost all the way through April. So I might give it a couple more weeks and let some other things happen with what's going to happen, with everything going on, and seeing if I can step back into my recording and my writing for my blog, and kind of get going with it again, because I want, that's my goal for this year, is to have it to continue to grow, and I want to get my YouTube channel to grow with it, and I've taken this time also to like, I'm working on my makeup certification course. I'm almost done with it. It took me a little longer than I wanted to. I could have finished it in a week, but I was doing so many other things with the house and projects and things like that I've just been doing a little bit here and there. So I can finish that out, and I can have my makeup certification. Even though I don't really need it, I still want the credentials under my belt. And I've just been doing little things like that and taking small little courses here and there, and, taking time to learn things and grow in other areas. I dipped into the Nikon class for a little bit, even though I don't have a Nikon camera, which I really want one. Like, I have a Canon, but like, some of the things you learn from those that you can translate into, using another camera. I've tapped back into the modeling industry again. I took everybody knows I took a break for a little bit, and I really miss it, and I took a break for several reasons. One, mainly because I was losing a lot of self-confidence. A lot of you know that my teeth are absolutely, completely and totally fucked up, because of CF and meds and everything like that, and they're getting worse, and I'm probably going to actually be in a dental office next week getting another tooth pulled because of something that happened the other day, and it's just getting worse. I just need, honestly, $50,000 to drop out of the sky so I can get my mouth fixed permanently. Dentures are a horrible idea for me, simply because of, risk of bacteria in between the dentures and your gums, and bone loss, and a whole bunch of other shit. So even though my husband was like, just do it, I refuse to put myself in that situation where I could possibly create a bigger problem for me than what I already have. So I'm not, unless I can permanently fix it, I don't know. I'm going to try to see if maybe I can at least fill them and get a little bit more use out of them, before I, and try to work really hard to get the money to fix them. I don't care if I have to do one, top first and then bottom. I don't, like, something. I just got to figure it out. Anyway, I had a squirrel moment there and kind of went off on a tirade, but so I stepped away because I lost a lot of self-confidence because of my mouth. Not that I smile in a ton of the pictures that I take, because I do other, it doesn't require me to, smile big, basically. Just because of some of the stuff, the styles that I shoot. But it just was a mental thing for me, and I'm not, I had this really big self-confidence issue the last couple of years because I lost a lot of weight, and I'm I'm on Trikafta and I haven't gained it back yet. I've gained maybe about 3 pounds, but it keeps fluctuating and going, up and down. So I haven't technically counted that as me gaining anything because it just keeps moving and not staying. So, I'm trying to navigate that, and, I just was not feeling good about myself. But I kind of hit a point where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I've been at this point before, and I've still managed to do the things that I did and, get the opportunities I had come my way, and whether I, had weight on me at the time or not, and, whether or not I was going through a phase with my teeth being messed up. They're never as messed up as they are now, but still messed up. It's been that way my whole life since I was basically 4. I miss it. So, a lot of the styles I shoot are controversial, and everybody's like, well, I had a lot of people in my head going, well, you're a mom now, and you're married, and you're blah, blah. Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. And, so I don't care. I'm still, I could be a mom and a wife and still shoot the styles that I do and do the things that I do. And, it's not about making you happy or, what your opinion is of me. If I gave a shit about what people's opinions were of me, I wouldn't say half the shit that I do or do half the shit that I've done in my life. So, I tapped back into that, and I got it onto my Model Mayhem, and I reactivated my VIP account. My Model Mayhem was never gone, but that's where I do a lot of my networking. And I reactivated my VIP part of it, and I just had my inbox blow up with opportunity. I guess because I signed back in, and I have probably 5 or 6 shoots lined up for when all this shit, clears up with COVID, or even maybe before we get into certain phases, because some of the places that I shoot, are outdoors and stuff like that. So I could probably tap a couple of those shoots before it's all, fully set and done and over with. And I'm just over it anyway. So, if I want to go shoot in a studio privately, I'm going to go do it. You know what I mean? So, I tapped into that, and I've tapped into doing a couple other different topics with it, maybe producing some private content again. Like I haven't done that in years, but producing some private content for people. I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to, I don't care who has anything to say about it. But that's, it's me, it's what I do. So, and I want to grow my social media presence with it. So I might, create an Instagram connected to my modeling, and I have goals. Like I might even try to do Suicide Girls. I might, by the end of this year, or go out for inked cover, Inked magazine cover girl or something. Like, I've had those goals for a long time, and I might try to tap back into them. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do whatever it takes to maybe reach those goals, or at least, say that I tried to reach those goals, and, go forward with it, and do, maybe find, some other ways to tap into the ink industry. I have a ton of ink. I'm going to have a ton more ink, if I can get my husband to work on it. I have skin left. That's my thing. You know what I mean? And, I intend to be, pretty much covered by the time I'm done. But anyway, so, I have those goals, and I have other goals. I had Model Mayhem, the social media manager, message me and want to do like an interview questionnaire with me. So I filled that out, and I'm excited for that to come out when it does. So, it's just, I'm going to tap back into it. And, when summer hits, I'm going to hit up some photographers I used to shoot with and go, hey, I want to update my port. Let's do some shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I tapped into that, and then I've just been doing a whole bunch of stuff. And now that David's back to work, I'm getting myself, back into a routine. The last couple, like yesterday was really good. Like I got up, and I'm proud of myself for this, because I got up, I ate breakfast, I drank my tea, and I had like one of the most productive days I've had in a very long time. And, you know, I joke about him being back at work and, you know, saying, yeah, he's out of my hair or whatever. But, you know, I've had him to myself since November, and it kind of sucks that he's back at work, you know. But at the same time, it's awesome that he's out of my hair. And, you know, every time I'm not going to do something, you know, he's not there in my way, or I have to wait for him to finish something. You know what I mean? So it was nice. I had a really awesome, productive day. And I'm continuing with that today. And I'm just going to try to build on that. And, you know, all of that fun stuff. And I'm talking your damn ear off now, but that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of what I've been doing, and I guess we're just gonna go from here. My health is really awesome. I haven't had any problems with breathing. I had, you know, obviously that one little cough is once in a blue moon. I'll do that, but it's not anything, you know, worth a damn. I'm not out of breath. You know, I've been mowing the lawn and gardening and all of that shit, and I'm just like, you know, carrying laundry baskets and going up and down the stairs. And you know, we had a wood stove this year, so I was up and down the stairs a lot, and, you know, stacking wood and all of that shit. And I have had no problems whatsoever. Tricapta's been amazing. I have noticed a couple things. I finally joined the group that are CF members that are on Tricapta. Sorry, that was my car telling me that I hit like air or something. I don't know. So I joined the Facebook group of CF people that are on Tricapta, and there's been some things the last couple months when I, you know, started Tricapta, and then from like that last time I had clinic in February till now that I've like noticed but hadn't really paid attention to, and was like, oh, that's just, you know, it's just me, whatever, blah blah blah. But now that I'm in the group, I've kind of put two and two together and went, I wonder if that's because of Tricapta. So I was out in the sun the last 2 days, yesterday and the day before, and I fried. So my sun sensitivity is definitely up, and I found a bunch of people in the group that have sun sensitivity now. Like if we took Cipro back in the day, or Bactrim or something like that for an infection, you know, our sun sensitivity was through the roof because that's a side effect. So I'm guessing on Tricapta, sun sensitivity might be a side effect that I'm going to experience. So I'm going to have to definitely invest in SPF on top of wanting to tan. So you know, we'll have to just kind of go from there. So I noticed that I have a little white, like, clogged duct thing under my eye that was never there before, and a lot of CF patients are pointing that out as well. They get them and they go away, or they get them and they stay, or, you know, they get them and then they get another one. So I'm guessing that's, you know, it's just from Tricapta trying to, you know, clear up, and it's just a clogged duct from Tricapta trying to clear a bunch of shit out of my body, possibly. And it's just, I haven't been able to get it to go away, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this. It's not big, but, you know, it's enough to annoy the shit out of me. And then I've noticed actually a little bit of neurological issues getting worse. So there are some times, you know, and I've always been this way, like, shit, I can't speak worth a damn, you know what I mean? And I know what some of it's from, but it's getting progressively worse the last month or two, where there are some times I just cannot get words out properly, and I spit and I stutter and I stumble and I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. And then I've been like, I'm on klutz level 5,000. Like, I can't hold on to anything. I drop things. I can't get my hands to do what I want them to do sometimes. Like, I was trying to braid my hair about 2 months ago, and I couldn't figure, like, my brain shut down, and I was like, I couldn't get my hands to do it. And I was, you know, it's just getting a little bit worse, and I noticed that was a common thing in the group as well. So it's just these things that I've noticed the last couple months that I haven't really, like, you know, put a finger on, and I'm just like, oh, it's just me, I'm just a blonde, I'm just a klutz, you know, or whatever, or this is just, you know, something new. But I'm kind of putting two and two together going, I wonder if it's from Tricapta. Now, it's nothing serious enough for me to go, I'm going to stop taking it. But, you know, I'm going to talk to clinic about it. I have a telehealth appointment on the 18th with clinic, and I'm going to talk to him about it. I never really put two and two together, but I'm, you know, these are the things that I've noticed the last couple months since last clinic, and I'm kind of going, oh, maybe this is related. So I'll talk to them about it. I've had telehealth with a GI specialist, and I'm sort of figuring out my gut right now, but, you know, it's a battle every day. So it's, you know, it's trying to find balance and the right amount of enzymes and the right amount of Miralax, and all of, you know, how to deal with the bloating. It hasn't been horrible. My appetite's been improved a lot, so I know I'm going in the right direction. Now I just need to, you know, get those couple pounds that are tacking on to stay on and then build on that. I do want to start working out again. I've noticed with a lot of the activity that I've done the last couple months, whether it's projects around the house or gardening or whatever, like I am just not in fucking shape. And I have got to like get my ass in gear and start stretching and getting back into a routine and getting myself together, especially if I do start putting on weight. I want it to go in the right spots. I want to still look healthy. I don't want to look like a sloth. Like I don't want to look a mess. So I don't, you know, I want it to go in all the right places and all of that stuff. So I'm going to try to get a routine together and start on that. And with David being back to work, that'll be easier because he'll be out of my hair in the morning and I can get up and, you know, stretch and do those things. And then, you know, go from there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's my goal. I have my dream board posted up above my computer desk now, so I see it every morning. You know, all my workout goals on there, my business goals are on there, my personal goals are on there. You know, so, you know, it's motivation. But anyway, okay, I'm going to stop talking your ear off. That's kind of where I'm at now. That's kind of why I've been MIA. And I guess I'll see you guys next time when I'm trying to get back into the jam of things.